Well, y'all, Brick Lady is back. Check this out. I'll be right back to discuss.
Why do you think they call me Brick Lady? They know my name. You know what I mean? You know my name. Why are you calling me Brick Lady? Because you're trying to dehumanize me.
Right. I was
And
gonna
you're
say
trying
that's
to
the
take away.
internet. The internet doesn't feel like a real place sometimes.
Huh? What you mean why we call you Brick Lady? Because allegedly, you got hit by a brick, but come to find out, you didn't get hit by a brick, and you got into an altercation because allegedly you struck the person first, and they responded with due and reasonable force. And on top of all of this, you implicated black men and had everybody online making videos telling us that we don't protect black women because you lied.
A few moments later.
This lovely young future jailbird, if convicted, now has court October 15th, 2024. But in typical ridiculous fashion, she was arrested 2 or so weeks ago. Shout out to the queen of accountability, Miss Daphne Sutton, who has been on the case diligently since the initial allegations were set forth by the bricked woman.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So as you can see, the Brick Lady is back. Yeah, and she done got herself into some more shit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Well, obviously, the young lady didn't take too kindly to being discovered like a damn Scooby-Doo character. And actually reached out to me. I want to say this is like 2 or so months ago. She reached out and she says to me out of nowhere, I've never talked to her before, "Count your days!" Exclamation point. I don't know about to you guys, but this sounds like a threat to me. She then follows up and says, laughing emoji ×4, but TGIF and all of that. What do you expect me to engage in a cordial conversation with your lying, scamming ass? You're ridiculous, ma'am. Nevertheless, I chalk this up to her having a mental health issue and determine that she probably has a crush on me. But threats aside, ma'am, victimhood mentality, I don't know if you watch my platform. I'm not really fond of it. So you're not my type anyway, you know what I mean? I will pop the shit out your balloon. But this lovely young future jailbird, if convicted, now has court October 15th, 2024. But in typical ridiculous fashion, she was arrested 2 or so weeks ago. Shout out to the queen of accountability, Miss Daphne Sutton, who has been on the case diligently since the initial allegations were set forth by the bricked woman, because she has an understanding that the brand image, what that does to the black male image, this continued perpetuation that we are so violent that we cannot help ourselves but to enact violence onto a woman more often than not when we get something as rejected, is a lie that needs to stop yesterday. So it's important that the truth of these cases gets set forth so that more people can live a life in understanding the truth so that they can make decisions based in reality, not in unrealism or delusion or ridiculousness, as what that man versus bear conversation proved a few months back. Nevertheless, let's go through the documentation in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas. Roda Osman, referred to as a defendant, on or about September 12, 2024, did then and there unlawfully, intentionally gave a false and fictitious name to a police officer. On September 12, 2024, by the way, you know what's also funny about that date? I just checked. She sent me this on August 31st. Karma. It just took 2 weeks.
Hell yeah, that's karma for your ass. 2 weeks later. And what, a month before you gotta go to court for this whole brick situation? Yeah. You know what? And I know how people are in a situation like this, because I'm guessing she didn't want to get another charge leading up to that, because you know how the system works. They will add that charge on to whatever time she got to serve already for the previous charge that she caught. So if I had to take a educated guess, more than likely she probably gave them false information or something in order to try to get away or something, because otherwise I don't see why this would even be worth reporting on from Daphne. But okay, she got arrested, but did she do something during this arrest that's like make this so like, I don't know, but let's see what else happened. Because knowing her, she probably didn't cooperate. Wouldn't surprise me. Have you seen some of her clips? Let's keep it moving.
At approximately 14-15 hours, Deputy Barrera with the Harris County was traveling when he observed a 2016 white Acura four-door sedan with an obscure temp tag. Essentially, he pulled her over. I made contact with the driver of the vehicle, who advised she did not have any type of identification on her person because she forgot it at home. I gave her a notepad and a pen to the driver, and she advised the driver to write down her name and the date of birth. She stated she had an out-of-state driver's license but did not have it on her person because she was helping her sister move because of an eviction. I advised the driver again to write down her name and date of birth, in which she wrote down the name Roda Osman with the date of birth of 7/18/1992 on my notepad. I then asked the driver who does own this vehicle, and she stated it belonged to her sister, Roda Osman. Initially, when I read this, I said, damn, it sounds like she's using her sister's name to get out of her bullshit. I asked the driver if she had the title to the vehicle, in which the driver handed me the title to the vehicle with the name Roda Osman. While speaking to the driver, she advised me that her sister sent her a picture of her ID. While looking at the ID on her phone, I noticed it was an out-of-state ID and noticed that the picture on the ID had the name Roda Osman, but the picture on the ID did not resemble the driver. I went back to my patrol vehicle where I began running the driver's information, in which no information came back. I ran the name of the title of the vehicle, which was the same name on the Texas temporary tag, in which I found the person with the name Roda Osman and date of birth of that, which resembled the driver. I ran the driver's license number, I guess that's attached to the title, and was able to obtain a picture which looked very similar to the driver. I used that same information and ran the name, date of birth, and Texas driver's license number over to the Harris County DA website and found that the driver had given false information. What's so crazy about this is that if she just told the truth, now mind you, the whole reason that we know of her likeness and image is because of accusations of her lying about the brick shit. But apparently she hasn't given up her lying ways.
This is true, however. Did I call it or did I not call it? I know too many people that have gotten in this situation before where they have a charge coming up and they end up getting arrested prior to whatever previous charge that they got coming up, and they always end up, this is typically what they do to try to get out of it, because they know how the system works, because they probably been in the system just like her, and she knows that if I get in trouble again, this is only gonna compound whatever time or how much trouble I'm gonna get into when I go to court for this brick situation. That's why she lied. Now, obviously, that's just what she does, but in this case, I'm really not surprised, because I know people that have done the same thing. So that's why I took an educated guess, and I was like, well, unless she didn't cooperate or something, like what did she get? Because notice, like, really didn't know what she got arrested for until he explained the situation. She got arrested because she gave false information. Now, if she would have gave the correct information, yeah, she probably still would have got in trouble for whatever she got pulled over for. It was probably, but you never know, man. For all she know, it could have just been a busted tail light or something. I don't know. But then again, she used her sister's name and she was driving her car and everything is in her name. So I'm wondering if maybe she wasn't supposed to be driving. Just saying. Let's keep it moving.
But if she just told the truth, it definitely wouldn't have gone down into a misdemeanor charge. Obscured temporary tags. But maybe there was something else in the car that she was trying to hide. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I was able to match the star tattoos on the right side of her face. Yes, she does have face tattoos. The scar under her left eyelid and a scar on her chin to the picture on the Harris County DA website. I advised the driver I knew this was her, in which she confirmed and began crying that she lied about her name because she was scared to get into trouble. She stated she was out on bond and did not want to mess up her bond agreement. She began giving out different excuses on why she lied and stated the information she gave was indeed her sister's. I contacted the Harris County ADA office, in which the ADA accepted charges for fail to ID. Charges were taken on the defendant due to the defendant intentionally giving a false or fictitious name. Shout out again to the Queen of Accountability for continuing to provide updates in regards to the story. Now, what's also interesting about all of this is that she was actually recently interviewed in regards to the GoFundMe situation. Let's listen to a couple of her words.
So a lot of my friends and my colleagues, they believe in the work I'm doing. So Kiara is one of those people who believes in the work that I'm doing. So she was like, nothing's gonna stop you from graduating. You're almost there. And she knows the hardship I went through going through my degree. I've lost advisors. People don't wanna work with me. They're like, I can't agree with what you're saying. And I'm not a very agreeable person. I'm like, this is what I want to write. I'm going to fight for it. And a lot of people are like, you know, and I was like, I'm not here to be digestible. I want to shake the table.
Let's walk through. So the GoFundMe is created.
But here's the thing. There's 3 other GoFundMes created that.
Now, after all of her bullshit, he's trying to ask her about the GoFundMes, and she's talking about 3 other GoFundMes that are created. Right. So she's just pointing towards other things in order to try to avoid addressing the situation. No one cares about these other fake GoFundMe that barely anyone donated to. We care about why'd you set up yours.
Have nothing to do with me, and I don't know those people.
Okay.
I find out about the other 2 actually way after, but I know about one other one. I tell people, I tell people, hey, this GoFundMe is fake. I have nothing to do with it. I report it to GoFundMe. They tell me they're going to take care of it. I report it to the police. They don't respond. But my GoFundMe is being attacked.
Right.
There are literally people who made money off of me.
So let's just walk it.
Fellas, if you ever heard the term deflection or gaslighting in this space, what you just saw is a prime example of that. What in the fuck, bro? You talk about dodging accountability. I'm like, maybe we should call her Trinity Brickface. Jesus Christ, man. It's like, you know what, bro? The lack of accountability here is just, it's starting to get like low-key depressing. It's like, you literally have a charge pending and you lied because of your pending charge. And you still got the nerve to come over here on a platform and talk like this. Crazy, bruh. Crazy work. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because helps the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.